सी कि डी की डेथ से पहले ही पहले, है ना, अनबोर्न पर्सन कम्स इनटू एग्जिस्टेंस, यही तो मैंने समझाया था। तो भले ही अनबोर्न पर्सन का जन्म का मतलब गर्भ में आने से है यहां पर, वो इसकी डेथ से पहले ही हो जाता है, उसके बावजूद भी जिनके फेवर में सक्सेसिव इंटरेस्ट क्रिएट करे गए, ऐसे नहीं है कि ए से डायरेक्ट प्रॉपर्टी अनबोर्न पर्सन को चली जाएगी, इट विल गो टू दी बी देन टू सी। अगर बी और सी की पहले डेथ हो चुकी है देन ए से सी अनबोर्न पर्सन चाहिए, लेकिन अगर बी और सी जीवित हैं तो फिर वो इसी क्रम में प्रॉपर्टी आगे बढ़ेगी। समझे? हाँ जी पूछो।
सर अगर अनबोर्न मतलब मदर के वूम में आ चुका है और मतलब जब वो होता है उसकी डेथ हो जाती है तो प्रॉपर्टी उसके हेयर्स में डिवॉल्व होगी ना?
हाँ देखिए, इनका कहना यह है, इनकी क्वेरी यह है मैडम की, कि अनबोर्न पर्सन के पास प्रॉपर्टी पहुंच गई है ना, और बाद में उसकी डेथ हो जाती है। यही बात मैंने रिपीट की थी अभी, यही तो समझाया था मैंने आपको। देखो ये है ना, बॉर्न प्रॉपर्टी इज वेस्टेड इन अनबॉर्न पर्सन। जब उसमें प्रॉपर्टी वेस्ट कर गई, निहित हो गई, तो चाहे वो 1 घंटे के लिए जीवित रहा, वो प्रॉपर्टी का मालिक बन चुका था। वो he had become the owner of the property even for 1 second or for 1 minute or for 1 hour, and when he had become the owner, then after that death the property will go to his legal heirs. It will not revert back to the person X who transferred the interest, because unborn person is getting absolute interest. This is the difference between the interest of these persons A and B, because these persons were getting only life interest. Okay, after their death the property, there was a chance that property can go back to the X. If this unborn person does not take birth, he does not come into existence, and all these person dies, then where the interest will go? Interest cannot remain in abeyance. It must be vested in someone. So there were two possibilities only. Either it should have vested in unborn person, or it will remain with the X. Because unborn person is not still in existence, therefore ultimately it will revert back to the person X who transferred. If X is not alive, it will go to legal heirs of X. Got it or not? Be clear it very well. 13, 14 very challenging. समझ में बात आपको नहीं आई? तो ये हुआ आपका फ्लो ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी, हाउ द प्रॉपर्टी कैन बी ट्रांसफर्ड. See, ask all your queries, because if you will not ask queries, this concept will not come into your mind. बहुत technical actually. Now इनकी query समझिए, third query, fourth query is what? A dies in 1970, got it, and he takes birth in 1970, got it. Still he will not get anything, because there is a life interest in favor of B. He is waiting for his interest to come. Nothing has come to him now. Got it or not? Now who is enjoying? B. B is enjoying. Now after the death of the B, C is enjoying the property. Now उसको लग ही रहा था कि बस unborn person was in a this property is yet to come. Now C is hospitalized. Oh, after his death I will get the property, but unfortunately he dies in 2019, and 1 year before the interest of this. So try to understand, this interest has traveled to here itself. This interest had not vested in this person, so therefore ultimately it will revert back to this now, A, X. Her query is this. Joy, try to understand this. She says A dies in 1970, an unborn person also takes birth in 1970. Got it or not? But now he is waiting, because he is this property goes to B. Understand? तो यहाँ पर समझो, whether this man has got any interest at this point of time? No. Because the question is this, he must be in existence at the death of the last survivor of this. सुरभि बात समझ आ रही नहीं आ रही? देखिए, question is this, the bottom line of law is this man, that means unborn person, will get the interest only when he is in existence or he is surviving at the end of last surviving of prior interest. Now I say it in Hindi. इस अजन्मे व्यक्ति को प्रॉपर्टी में अधिकार तभी मिलेगा जब वो इन 3 व्यक्तियों की डेथ से पहले, डेथ के समय वो जीवित हो। जीवित होने का मतलब है जन्म ले चुका हो और मरा ना हो। He has taken birth but not died. The term is he must be in existence at the end of this life interest, whether in favor of A or in favor of B or in favor of C. Now your query is this: if A dies, C also dies. कौन? C is alive. See, B is holding property. Got it or not? But while B is holding property, he will die in 2000. But before that he dies in 1999. Got it or not? So this unborn person has taken birth in 1970. He kept on waiting till his death in 1999, but he will not get the property. Why? Because before he takes the property, it is also necessary all the life interest created in successive persons must come to an end. It is not as if it will jump to him. If the transferor has created an interest in favor of B, then property will remain with B till his death. Whatever. If he dies before that, he will not get anything. The property will go to C now. Definitely it will go to C. It will not revert back to A because C has got the life interest. It was not contingent. He will get the right only when he must be living. It was not a condition like this. What he got, C, you see, C got the life interest. C के फेवर में क्या आया था? Life interest आया था. It means right to enjoy and possess the property उसको मिलेगा. तो B की डेथ हो गई तो C पर जाएगा. B जीवित है, उस समय अनबोर्न पर्सन की डेथ हो गई, इससे C के राइट पर कोई प्रभाव नहीं पड़ेगा. Property will travel like this only, A to B to C to this. But only condition is this. See, section 5, don't forget section 5. One transferor living and he must be living. Ultimately, these conditions must be fulfilled. If you are saying that when property will go to her, go to him, unborn person was कब आई? When he has come into existence. उससे पहले नहीं आएगी. जीवित होना जरूरी है. समझ रहे हैं आप बात? ये अब इसमें एक चीज और समझ लीजिए. आपकी इतनी क्वेरीज हैं, मैं उनको और ऐड कर देता हूं. ए की डेथ हुई, बी को मिला, तो बी को अब यहां पर बी की डेथ के बाद में या ए की डेथ के बाद में देर इज नो इंटरेस्ट इन फेयर ऑफ देयर लीगल हेयर्स. ये ध्यान रखना. Life interest was created in favor of A. It means that was limited to the enjoyment of A only, not of his legal heirs. Neither of A nor of B nor of C, legal heirs of none of A, B, C can claim any interest in the property because that was transferred. Life interest was created in their favor only. Got it or not? So as a sum up, I sum up the law now. See, for the valid transfer of the property as per section 5, transferor and transferee must be in existence. Both must be living. Got it not? If the transferee is not living, he is unborn person, Still, as per section 13, property can be transferred for the benefit of such person. But for that purpose, the mechanism evolved is that transferor will have to create a life interest that is in a living person. Again, A must be living at that time. He must be the person in whose favor he is creating interest must be living at that time. Now, after the death of this, the property will pass over to another. After his death, the property will pass over to another. Now, suppose B is this is A enjoying, B dies, then again to C will enjoy the property. Okay. After that, if he is not there, unborn person is not there, this property will go to there. But if this person, unborn person, comes into existence and he dies next day, now I am saying, for this term I am saying the right has vested in him. The right has vested him for a moment. Now after his death, his legal heirs can claim the property. It will not revert back to. Please raise hand अगर बात समझ में आ गई तो. Now section 14 is saying that rule of perpetuity. Now to understand this, again I take one illustration first, then I will go to the direct language so that you can understand it. You see this. A transfers certain properties to X for life and then to Y for life and then to unborn person when he attains the age of majority. This is, you see this, there is a twist now. This is the illustration. I again read you for this. You please see this carefully, this slide. A transfers the property to X for life, then to Y for life, then to unborn person. But now there is a change when he attains the age of majority. Now he is saying that he will get the property only when he is at the age of 18 years majority age now. So there is a now you will see 13 is saying he will get the you cannot postpone this like this. Now here you are postponing it now. According to 13, unborn person should get the property as soon as he comes into being. But now in this illustration, what A has transferred, that UB will get the property when he attains the age of majority. So it means there is a postponement of till the age of majority now. So whether such kind of possibility or not. So this is this is the relaxation of the rule 13. Strictly 13 speaking, he must get the right interest in the property as soon as he comes into being. But rule enunciated in section 14 says it can be postponed till he attains the majority, but not beyond that. If you do that, if you postpone that right beyond the majority, then transfer will be void. That will be against rule of perpetuity. If he says, you see like this, in this case, you see first is A transferred in favor of X, then X for life, V for 5, UB when he attains the majority. Now you see X and Y are the persons living at the date of transfer. Conditions are satisfied. You are creating life interest, both are living. UB is the ultimate beneficiary, not in existence. Got it? According to this, we have discussed in detail. When Y dies, UB must be already in existence. We have discussed it. Whether he is in womb at 6 years or as he has become older by 6 years, 6 months in womb or 6 years on the earth, you can say like this. So this is, in this case, maximum period up to which vesting of property, please see, Surabhi madam, vesting of property in UB can be postponed would be life of Y, ठीक है, लास्ट प्लस 6 months पीरियड ऑफ जेस्टेशन जितना रह गया उसका भी वो, एंड देन 18 years. You have postponed what? Vesting of property in this. Property has not vested. Are you seeing this? अभी आएगा ट्विस्ट में भी, जो लैंग्वेज को पकड़ के रखना. What I am saying, maximum period up to which vesting of property in UB can be postponed up to life of Y, यानी कि this is life of Y. Then if he is involved, period of gestation, you can say whatever it may be, 6 months, 3 months, whatever, 9 months maybe, and then 18 years. So this is rule 13 says no as soon as life ends, Y ends, but rule 14 is okay, you can relax it. You can postpone the vesting of property of this. Ab now question is this, you see, now there is twist now. Now you will say, now there is a gap between the period when the last person dies and the majority of ultimate beneficiary. So where this interest will remain, I am saying this is what I said. I said vesting of unborn person would be postponed. One thing. I said also earlier that interest will not remain in abeyance, or it will not remain void. It will have to vest it in someone. So where the interest will go? The answer to this query is this, that during that period, see this slide please. See, during this period, there is a gap of now, that between the period when last person dies, Y dies, and the majority of the ultimate beneficiary. The ultimate beneficiary, that is the unborn person, has a contingent interest. In that period, in this period, he will have the, this is the, it means life, this means 6 months of gestation period and 18 period. During this time, he will be having only contingent interest, not the vested interest. Now suppose this contingent interest, it becomes vested upon his attaining majority. When he will become major, he will get the vested interest. Now suppose if where the ultimate beneficiary is born at the death of the last person, but dies, but does not survive to attain majority, he dies before 18, then what will happen? Because his interest was what? Contingent interest. If he dies at the age of 15 years, suppose, therefore interest does not vest in him and it reverts back to the transferor or his legal heirs if the transfer is dead at that time. So during that period, he is getting contingent interest. It will become vested after he attains the majority. समझेगी नहीं? So this is the law. If you read 13 and 14, then first, if the ultimate beneficiary comes into existence before the death of the last, before the end of the last preceding interest, he gets the contingent interest. And if the transferor has postponed vesting of interest, at the maximum he can postpone up to the age of majority and not beyond that. This is the upper limit created by section 14. Please raise hand बात समझ में आ गई तो. So I explained this with the help of these illustrations. Now let's understand a little bit text. What is the language of section 14 now? With this background in your mind, now try to understand the section 14 Now please see this section 14 की direct language. It says what? Now I think you can understand it now. So it has prohibited, basically section 14 has prohibited the vesting of interest beyond a certain limit. And what is that limit? Age of majority. If you attain the age of, you cannot postpone beyond the age of minority, you can say. And until you are, as soon as you are major, it must vest the property. The property must vest in the ultimate beneficiary. This is the law. How it is? This is, no transfer of property can operate to create an interest which is to take effect after the lifetime of one or more persons living X and Y. Getting point or not? At the date of such transfer, and minority of some person who shall be in existence when? At the expiration of that period. Okay. And to whom, if he attains full age, the interest credited is to belong. अब बताइए बात समझ में आगे नहीं आ गई? Now you can see this language in this word. देखिए, transfer of property to take effect after the lifetime of one or more living persons. We have dealt so many times now, A, B, C, like this, है ना? And the minority of some person, कौन? Who should be in existence at the expiration of that period. यानी कि expiration minority का period जो खत्म हो जाएगा, तो he shall be in existence. If he is not in existence, then property will revert back to creator. बोलो प्लीज रीड, अगर ये आ गया हो तो. दिस इज ऑल अबाउट सेक्शन 13 एंड 14, टेक्निकलिटीज ऑफ 13 एंड 14. तो 5, 13 एंड 14 शुड बी रेड लाइक दिस. सो बेसिकली दीज आर द एसेंशियल एलिमेंट्स. मैं इसको समअप कर रहा हूं. दिस इज, देयर इज ट्रांसफर प्रॉपर्टी. इट मींस सेक्शन 5, 6, 7, 8 की कंप्लायंस होनी चाहिए. 5, 6, 7 वैलिड ट्रांसफर. देयर इज ए वैलिड ट्रांसफर ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी मींस there is transfer property. It means transfer is competent, है ना? He is competent to contract. He is either entitled or authorized to transfer. You know it. Section 7 says what? Property must be transferable as per section 6. All and section 9 modes of transfer must be complied with. So there is transfer of property. Number 1. The transfer is for the ultimate benefit of an unborn person, who is given absolute interest. Why? Because it is the demand of section 13. You can give only the absolute interest, not lesser than absolute interest. The vesting of interest in favor of ultimate beneficiary is preceded by life or limited interest of living person or persons A, B, C. You know it. This is all about 13. The ultimate beneficiary must come into existence before the death of the last preceding living person. He must come into existence. But vesting of interest in favor of such person may be postponed only up to the lives of living persons plus minority of ultimate beneficiary, but not beyond that. So this is all about, in concise form, rule against perpetuity. तो दोस्तों क्लास कर लिया आप लोगों ने और मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है क्लास आपको पसंद आई होगी. अगर ऐसा है तो प्लीज़ लाइक जरूर कीजिएगा. अगर आप लाइक नहीं करते तो हमें आइडिया नहीं लगेगा कि आपको हमारी क्लास पसंद आई है नहीं आई. कमेंट कर देंगे, बहुत अच्छी बात है. शेयर कर लेंगे दोस्तों से तो और भी अच्छी बात है. और जरूर सब्सक्राइब जरूर कीजिएगा. हमारे नोटिफिकेशंस अदरवाइज आप तक पहुँचेंगे नहीं. और इसी के साथ साथ मैं आपको बताऊँ, हम लोग ने कोशिश ये की, हमने एक कोर्स डेवलप करा है, वो हमारे ऐप पर मिलेगा आपको. विद ही जुडिशियल एकेडमी के एक ऐप पर हम लोगों ने कोर्स डेवलप किया है कि भाई कुछ ऐसा दीजिए स्टूडेंट्स को कि वीडियोस उन्होंने कवर कर लिए हमारे यहाँ से, यूट्यूब से कर लें भले ही वो, लेकिन उनको एमसीक्यू प्रैक्टिस करानी है ना, एमसीक्यू टेस्ट की प्रैक्टिस करनी है, उनको लगातार करनी है. वो पॉसिबल नहीं है यूट्यूब पर. तो इसलिए उनको हम वो सारे टेस्ट दे दें जिनको हम रेगुलरली आगे भी अपडेट करते रहेंगे. नंबर 2, हम उनको ऐसे नोट्स दे दें जो वन लाइनर नोट्स होंगे, याद करना आसान होगा. अगर उसको डाउनलोड करके अपने मोबाइल में ही रख लेंगे तो उनके लिए बहुत हेल्प हो जाएगी. तो ऐसे ऐसे कोर्सेज को हम लोगों ने डेवलप किया है अपने ऐप पर. और उनकी जो फीस कह लीजिए, जो कॉस्ट रखी है, वो केवल ऐसी रखी जैसे कि आपकी लॉ की बुक्स की आती हैं. 100, 125, 150 रुपये, 10 रुपये, 20 रुपये, इस तरह के कोर्सेज हैं वहाँ पर. वो तो आप एक्सप्लोर कर लीजिए. अगर आपको समझ में आए तो आप, मुझे तो ऐसा लगता है कि आपकी बहुत बड़ी हेल्प हो जाएगी. उनको एक बार देख लीजिएगा. थैंक यू.